Yo.
Yo, welcome to our
Non-
live podcast
non-campaigning.
the campaign
podcast.
season is over.
We have
Campaign
now
season
transitioned to a live stream of what do we have now? We got some future chicken nuggets.
Yeah, look at them. Look at them. There's about 11 in there.
We got three more walking around over
in the
there.
incubator, drying out, and then we got another 20 eggs. I did have to give disposal one yesterday. One was hatching and died.
Damn.
Mid-hatch. Just died. I mean, circle of life. Survival of the fittest.
All right.
But yes, campaign season is over. That's not that we were campaigning for anybody, realistically. We were just, trying to get the community to realize, what's what, who's who, how and why. And why is everything so corrupt?
Yeah, I mean, it's important for people to know.
Well, it is important to know.
What to vote for.
The school boards are pretty important. Like, people don't understand how much that reflects on, your community.
And your kids.
So. Your kids and your taxes. I mean, what do we say? 70 to 75% of your property taxes are used towards school districts.
Well, here.
Everywhere. No, I'm going to say Illinois, right?
Well, I know Homer Glen. I don't know about everybody else. I didn't do that research.
Most places, the biggest chunk of property taxes goes towards school districts. And basically any town or city or whatever, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying I didn't do any research on that. I just know about Homer Glen.
Yeah, Homer Glen was a great time. The riot. I love politics, Homer Glen.
You know what I learned this weekend?
What'd you learn? Homer Glen, that's crazy politics.
No. I'm changing the topic away from politics.
We're done with that.
Now.
We're done. But we might have a special surprise coming up soon. So we'll see.
So I guess during winter, Peter decided to grill outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I lit the barbecue. I left. He came home, right? I just let it heat up. And he was grilling, and it was dark out when he was grilling, so he didn't notice that the grill was really close to the wall. Just giant black.
Where?
In the back.
On
a brick. On the back of our house.
Smoke,
right?
no?
Well, that's what we thought, right?
Initially.
So this weekend we went to go wash it, and we took the power washer out, and we got some of it out, but most of it was still there. It was black.
Damn.
Turns out, this was Mom's idea, by the way, that you take a wet rag, dip it in ashes, like wood ashes, and you scrub it, comes right off.
Interesting.
Yeah. It literally came right off.
What would ashes have?
I have no idea. But it worked.
Really?
It literally worked.
Everything came off?
Everything came off. I even did the window frame because it was above the bathroom window. Well, it was stained, right?
Yeah.
And a little ledge, like the cement ledge.
Mm-hmm.
Did it all? It all came off.
What is in it? What? Search this up. What is in ashes? Why would ashes be a good cleaning solution? That's interesting.
Yeah.
But you know what? A lot of people, like the older people, know things like this, right? Like you can use this for that or whatnot. I mean, alkalinity.
What ashes contain potassium carbonate, a mild alkaline salt. When mixed with water, they form a basic high pH solution. There you go. So it forms a high pH solution. Grease, oils, and other organic matter, similar to soap.
Similar to how soap works.
Historically, people even made soap by mixing ashes with animal fat.
I've heard of that. They actually do that nowadays. Somebody makes...
That's some Fight Club shit.
Somebody makes soap with ashes. I don't know which brand it is, but I know there's a soap company that throws in ashes. Yeah. Interesting. So they make potassium carbonate. Mix it with water. You can wash all your stuff, dude.
Dude, I was me and
I'm gonna go grab some wood ashes and go wash my pants and see if it washes.
Me and Peter we're doing this. I'm like, I just don't believe it.
Interesting.
Yep. So those of you at home, ashes and water is a good cleaning solution.
I wonder if it has to be specifically wood ashes?
Yes. It's got to be like natural ashes.
Yeah.
Because charcoal will probably work too. But wood ashes probably... Well, I mean, I guess charcoal...
What did you ask this then? Why are ashes as good as cleaning solution? Oh, so it doesn't even say if it's...
It says wood ashes.
Wood ashes contain potassium carbonate. Interesting. High pH. Wonder if you add it to water, you have high alkaline water. Or you get some extra nutrients. It just be a little dark.
Well, who made? Doesn't like what's that one water from like Iceland? The Icelandic water, Fiji.
That's not Icelandic water, bro. That's,
Whatever.
Fiji's a country, bro. That's an island in the Indonesian area.
Oh,
bro.
I'm thinking about this. There's a vodka, Icelandic vodka, and they distill with ashes.
Doesn't either Jack Daniels or somebody or one of these whiskey or not whiskey? What else is made in Kentucky? Bourbon. Either bourbon or whiskey or something of that sort. I think gets poured through. I think it's Jack Daniels.
Wood fired.
Wood fire, yeah.
A lot of places.
Like they pour the liquor through like fired already wood.
It gives it that extra smoky flavor.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think Jack does it. I know maybe like the one that like I used to have a favorite Scotch.
Shit. You
called
gotta check
Chalice.
GPT because search it up right now. Look at this.
I'm
This is
about
like
to
the
give you the keyboard.
This
dude.
is like the most advanced thing that's happened in like the last like I don't know 5 years, dude. Literally, you have every piece of information
artist
you want.
complaining.
Who?
Artist
About what? Fake AI songs?
faking AI songs, deep fakes for people, right?
Yeah.
And then obviously just the images.
But I'm saying, dude, it's like crazy, dude. It's like all the information is on the tip of your fingers. Obviously, it says literally, ChatGPT can make mistakes. Check important info.
Yeah.
Like what side of the aisle you may be on. They're gonna be like, oh, we're gonna teach you, send you a different answer.
There was a lawyer that used ChatGPT for his case,
Uh-huh.
and ChatGPT gave him like precedents, I guess, like previous like precedents that were set. And he used them in court, and it turns out that they were fake, and they weren't real. And he got, I don't know if he got disbarred. I know he got fined up the wazoo for it. I think he had to pay.
What the hell's a wazoo?
I don't know.
What the hell?
You never heard that?
What is?
Instead of
that's
saying,
that's like I read that comment. I read a comment on the post on Instagram a couple days ago. I don't know. They made it, or so Michelle's nieces made a TikTok with link on it or whatever.
Mhm.
And somebody commented like, "Oh, why are you guys letting her eat?" I'm like, "What the hell are you guys talking about? What do you mean eat?" Ate, like she ate or something like that.
I don't know.
I'm like, what does this mean? And Michelle was explaining to me. She's like, "It's a slang word now used for like that she's good." I'm like, "What the hell, bro?" I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
My girlfriend
Don't listen
didn't
to me.
know
I'm
when
old.
my girlfriend's niece said, "Just let me cook." I don't know if you ever heard that.
That one I heard all the time. Yeah,
I had no idea.
yeah. Cook. Yeah.
She's like, "What the hell is that?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Just let him cook."
Yeah, just let them cook. Yeah, that's like the eat. I'm not sure whichever word. I mean, it's the
I
same
have
word.
to see it because I probably know what it is, but
I don't
you're
know.
probably saying you're probably saying it wrong.
I don't know. Probably. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. I was just looking at it and I was like,
Was
what
it like
the?
yeet?
Not yeet. It said literally eat or ate.
I don't know.
Eat, ate, whatever. But I was like, what the hell does that mean? Like, I have no idea what this means. Like let him cook or whatever.
Yeah.
Let her eat. I guess it's the same thing. Anyway,
I don't know, man.
whatever. Off the subject. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm old.
You can tell you're getting old when you don't know the slang
Bro,
anymore.
because the slang is retarded recently. Like, I'm like, I don't know what the hell these people are saying.
You're not
dude.
even wrong.
Dude, like, some of these words have no sense, dude. Like, people, like if you're listening to some of these, like, new generation people. Like,
Do you know what
like,
Riz is?
No, I've been hearing it a lot. What the hell is Riz? I thought it was rice at first.
Riz is like when somebody's got like Riz, like they know how to like let's say like if I had a lot of Riz, like I know how to talk to girls and flirt with girls, whatever.
I had Riz.
I mean, you got married, so
Riz is gone.
had enough. You had enough to get married.
Interesting. Riz.
Yeah, the first time I heard it, I'm like, Ritz? Like,
That's what I would have said.
like crackers?
Oh, you Riz, huh? You're a cracker.
He's not white.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Riz. He's Riz. He's Riz.
He's got Riz.
He's got Riz. I'm going to start using that at the
Please
shop.
don't. Please don't ever
Like,
use that, dude.
Yeah, I got
Well,
Riz.
who are
Probably
you,
gonna be like, who the hell are
13?
you? Yeah, I think the young kids use that, right? Like the very young
It's
generation.
only the young kids that come with they don't know how to read a book, so they make their own words up.
Damn, this is what happens with fucking proficiency. You see, when we were talking about school
That's right,
boards,
they
this
just
is the exact effect of what happens.
They
People
just-
don't know what they're talking
They
about.
put random letters together. Like, that's good enough.
Yeah, gibberish.
They know the alphabet. That's
Oh
about as
my
far as they
God.
can go.
Yeah, well, thank God. At least they know that much. Man.
Imagine had showing them the Polish alphabet. They'd lose their minds.
With the Z, with the line, there's a Z with a dot. Yeah, there's a bunch of Z's.
Z's with a tail? No.
No,
Z doesn't have a tail.
whoa.
A's and E's.
A's and E's and
U.
no, there's a O with
Oh,
the with
damn,
the
dude.
with, damn. You don't even know, huh?
I do. A,
Oh,
E.
son of a biscuit! Pull up the freaking Polish alphabet, dude.
No, I'm going to embarrass myself.
Yeah, A E I O U. That's American. O ow Z.
Yeah, Z with a dot on top.
Yeah.
U is either U open, U or an O with a little line on top.
Which
of
letter
it.
don't we have? We don't have the letter
V.
V, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is an X. Is there an X? See, I don't know if there's an X. I don't remember which one. I know there's at least one, if not two. Trump tariffs. Hell yeah. What's it called? At least there's at least one, if not two letters are missing. Oh, Q is another one.
Are typically excluded. XQV.
Yeah, XQV. That's only in English language.
Excavate.
Excavate. We're gonna come up with a new word. XQV, bro. Excavate.
No, people are gonna think we're adding letters to the movement.
But look at the other ones. A O G. Oh, I forgot about the C. L W
With.
N U
It's ooh.
Z Z.
Sh. J. J.
Z.
I haven't taken a sip of my beer yet. People are gonna think I'm hammered.
Oh man, this is fun. That's why I like doing this.
This is the episode after the last week when we had 3 episodes in one night.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
We got a lot of information out of that.
Yeah, dude.
I learned a lot.
Yeah, my brain was fried at the end of that day.
Well, your brain is mostly fried usually, so
I don't smoke weed.
I don't know who does, but it ain't us. But no, that was good. I enjoyed those conversations. I learned a lot. I hope people who listen.
No, I
also,
definitely learned a lot.
I hope people listen. Well, people
I've
listen.
I've had people come up to me already and tell them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and by the way, we've hit 100 subscribers
Awesome.
on YouTube.
Thank you for making it happen.
For those of you that have watched up to this point, we'll probably be doing a giveaway on our Instagram. So make sure to follow our Instagram. I'll put in a link below.
All right. Oh, well, Marcin actually sets it up.
I'm
old. I don't know how to use the computer.
Paul just goes home.
No, I don't.
You can't. That's because you're already home already.
Yeah, exactly. I just roll across the driveway. But I keep saying that. I realized after listening to some of these podcasts.
We say 100% a lot?
That, and I say, but I say that a lot. What's the adjective? What is it, adjective? No. What's the... Okay, thesaurus gets you what? Synonyms?
A thesaurus
Yeah.
is synonyms.
Synonyms, yeah. What's the thesaurus? But, but hey! But hey! Hey, Canadian friends out there. Hey.
David. David doesn't say A anymore.
Really?
Yeah, because me and Paulie made fun of him so much when he was here for like a couple months.
He became American.
we made fun of him so much. He's like, ever since then, I've never said A.
I don't know. When we were just in Canada recently, I heard a bunch of A's.
Not from him.
Hey, Canada. Eh?
A is for horses, dude.
No, bro, I want to say a joke so bad, but I don't know if this is appropriate or not. What is it? What does a gay horse say?
I already know the answer.
Hey! Oh God! Oh man, we're getting in trouble. Nah, that's okay. They understand. Horses can be gay.
It's all in good fun.
Yeah, 100%. We ain't discriminating against nobody. Mostly, there's a certain.
No, we don't discriminate.
What? I don't discriminate. There's certain things that discriminate, not people.
So I've been
things discriminated against. All right.
On another topic.
Chickens.
We already saw the chickens.
Yeah. Egg prices are still high. Marcin said they dropped by what? 50%?
50% under the Trump administration.
I don't know if I believe that much.
No, I have a graph. We can pull up a graph.
No, they're going to go back up 50% because of tariffs.
Local eggs.
And local eggs are going to stay high. That's it. They ain't falling. Oh, you're looking at CNN for
no.
I was going to say, you're going to get the freaking, look at this. Look at this graph.
Yeah, look at that graph.
Nasty.
From $8
Holy
to
shit.
$3. Dude, I'm not lying.
What happened?
What happened?
Was that many chickens were born?
From March.
$8.
From March. In the past month, they've gone down like $5 almost.
I mean, look at everything else on the right, dude. Lumber is down $51.
That's good. Wheat's the only thing that's more heating oil.
Dude, gold is at $3,100. Can you believe that? It was $2,000 like I don't know, 15 months ago, 16 months ago. It's pretty crazy, dude. I mean, listen, look at gold. Or gold, not gold. Look at oil. Dropped a shit ton.
Good.
Well, lower gas prices, right? Listen, all right. Things are going to be a little salty right now.
That's what petroleum should be and not in food dye.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's another. We got to come back to that because
I wonder what other
we've been fed a bunch of bullshit.
I wonder what other food dyes have like.
Probably most of them.
Yeah.
I mean, you have natural. I was looking at what I was looking at. Didn't we say the what was that parasite that they crushed up to for color flavoring? Wasn't it like canicule or something? Canicule or something?
Yeah,
like
Cocker Spaniel.
That's a dog, bro.
Yeah, it's like cochineal or something like that.
I was looking at Delicia.
They have it in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Well, okay, here's the thing about that, right? That's
an
I would
insect,
still
bro.
rather have that than Red 40 or Red 3 because that's at least more natural than petroleum.
I'm not eating bugs, man.
You're eating remains of bugs.
Yeah, well, it's still
It's
bugs.
only about 60% of
Oh, God.
the diet.
People, be careful what you eat. And then you wonder where people get sicknesses from, these weird diseases and shit. Maybe there was a sick bug and then he got crushed with the rest of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's assuming that everybody's eating something with red dye in it.
I mean, this stuff is basic on everything, dude. Hopefully your RFK can make a difference.
Yeah.
Get rid of some of this fake stuff and actually, bring in like more natural organic foods that are more... Obviously, organic costs more money, right? It's
That's how it is.
That's how it is, right? I mean, even...
It's more expensive.
It's more expensive because it takes more care. Takes more care.
Yeah, which means you can't have as big of a yield.
Yeah,
as far compared to everybody else, right?
You have to maintain it more, right? You have to make sure that the insects don't get to it, because you don't really spray it.
Yeah,
it's organic. You're supposed to technically feed it with organic feeds, whatever that fertilizer may be, right?
Yep.
So yeah, it requires more probably cost to grow it, and then more work around it just to make sure that
if you want like an organic fertilizer, the fertilizer is more expensive.
Yeah.
Right. So it just kind of compounds.
That's why.
As far as
That's why you get chickens. They poop everywhere.
You use that in your garden.
You use that in the garden.
Yep.
In the fall, you kind of till it into the ground, leave it over the winter.
Or pigeons.
You can use pigeons. I've used pigeon poop before, but chicken poop is better. A lot of phosphate and
ash.
Yeah, dude.
Put ash in your garden.
Literally. Literally.
Yeah.
And then you grow your own stuff, dude. I mean, you just have to keep the rabbits away. Just get a big ass dog, and they'll keep them away most of the time.
I gave him a big ass bone. See that
thing?
It was like this, dude. It was this big. We got a 40-ounce tomahawk steak yesterday.
What'd you guys kill? Freaking whale?
It's a 40-ounce tomahawk steak and 2 lobster tails.
Oh, at Primal Cut?
Primal Cuts.
They got good food. It's expensive, dude.
That wasn't that bad for the dinner of 2 and everything. It was a couple $100.
That's not expensive?
For a 40-ounce
couple
steak.
$100?
A 40-ounce steak, 2 lobster tails, starters, so soup salad for each of us, an appetizer, and dessert. You get a whole meal.
For how much was it?
For $200.
You said a couple $100. Was it $200?
A couple is 2.
A couple is more than 2. 2 or more.
No, a couple. You and Michelle are a couple. Where's the third person?
Maybe a side.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's $200. It's not bad.
I guess for a steak.
It's my birthday, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying whatever. Bro. I'm just saying. Kind of. No, the place is good. It's
People are gonna tell us we're rich again.
I can't afford that steak. All right. I got my own steak.
I had to use the whole steak. I used the bone for the dog.
I got my own tomahawks, dude. Yeah, well, the dog got fed. Everybody got fed. I bought half a cow, so I got tomahawks.
That carrot cake was this big.
Was it made out of carrots?
It had carrots in it. It was delicious.
Not a big fan of carrots, even though I grow them.
That's why you're blind.
I am not blind. I can tell you that much for sure. But yeah, grow your own stuff, dude. So it's just
try it out, anyways.
Well, yeah, give it a try.
It only costs a few bucks for a seed.
Yeah, exactly. Go try it out, plant it, and if you
watch some YouTube videos, call it a day.
If you take care of it, you have your own yield, and you'll enjoy it. Believe me, when you grow something or you like raise something and then you eat it yourself, it's a different feeling. It's not the same thing as going to the store and buying it. You actually you put the time and effort into it, and then you get a product from it, and you enjoy it. Like, it's good stuff. Like, I can't buy half a cow that's walking around the yard, but I would buy a cow, more likely a steer.
It's animal cruelty, bro.
What's animal cruelty?
Buying half a cow.
Prepped.
The top half or the...
No. This guy, bro.
How does a cow wear a pants, bro? On the bottom 2 legs or all 4 legs?
They wear pants?
If a cow were to wear pants, you know?
They were wearing pants and sweaters, dude. Yeah, I bought half. Yeah, you'll hear chirping here and there once in a while because the chickens are chilling.
Excited,
yeah. They want to be on a podcast. I bought half a cow. It just basically already processed. I bought it from a local farmer. He had a live cow. He took it to the slaughterhouse, and then they did what they did to the butcher, and they cut it up into pieces. And I bought half a cow. You know, ground meat and steaks and tomahawk steaks and all kinds of stuff.
That food was delicious.
I'm sure you're thinking about it right now, huh?
Yeah. Dude, the tacos I made with that ground beef was
phenomenal. It's from the beef you're talking about that I had?
Yeah.
It's different food, man. It's different. It's just, sure, probably more expensive.
Yeah.
Because
not everybody can go and buy half a cow.
Yeah.
Right?
But if you
split it between a few people,
exactly,
right?
You get like 300 something pounds of meat from half a cow of like clean meat, right? Because you have to measure that. Obviously, the cow weighs 1,200 pounds, whatever. A good portion of that is just the insides and the fur and whatnot. But you're still left usually around 600 to 700 pounds of actual just beef, meat. And then you split the cow in half, and then you what are you looking for over there? Dude?
I was about to burp.
Oh, and then you just get it processed, and then you they deep freeze it right away. So when you unfreeze it, it's like you get a good flavor from it. So, it's worth it. It's. I think when I bought beef last year, already ready to go. I think it was $7 a pound.
Yeah,
so it's not cheap.
Yeah, but at the store, how much is it?
Last time I checked, the USDA grade,
it depends which cut and all that stuff.
Well, ground beef was I think $4.50 I think a pound.
It's not bad.
Something like that, $4.50, something like that.
That's how much you're gonna pay at the store, if not more. You just gotta pay for it all up front, and you gotta have somewhere to store it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So,
but then you look at the meat quality.
Yeah,
there ain't nothing to compare.
Yeah,
the store meat is pink, right? The meat from the half a cow is red, red like this flag, red. Darker than that because this looks more like the beef from the store. But the actual from the farm, very dark red meat, which is what you want, right? No additives, no preservatives, none of that stuff because they have to put all that stuff in if it's going to be sitting in a shelf store.
Yep.
A meat goes bad pretty quick.
Yep.
Especially unprocessed. So. That's the way we do it here sometimes. And then the dog once in a while gets lucky because when maybe a steak unfreezes or something like that.
Bro, I once fed that thing 4 steaks in a week.
I know. Those because we had some old meat left over from the year previous and Bambi. Any kind of meat, give me the meat. Good, old, whatever, doesn't matter. I'll eat it all. So not me, the dog. Even though I like to eat leftovers, so I'm a big leftover guy. And you can't have stuff in my house.
I had leftover steak today.
I just had leftover spaghetti, leftover sałatka, a lot of stuff. But yeah, so see, I keep doing it. But yeah, man, I can't even catch myself. Literally, I need to do a better job.
You also say literally a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I was arguing with people on Facebook.
You said literally every time?
No, some guy called me out on some shit. Some guy said something. And I'm like, he was talking smack, but just line after line. And I just kept egging on him, oh, this is all you got? And then he's like, this and that, you're bigot or some crap, some shit. And I'm like, what other words you got in your thesaurus? Didn't respond. I think we got maxed out.
He's like, this mother. Flipping through pages.
ChatGPT, thesaurus, quick. But
people don't know the thesaurus.
Dude, I can't. The first time I ever heard it, I was like, I don't even know how to say that word. Yeah. Thesaurus.
People forgot that thesaurus.com exists.
It does exist.
Yeah.
I haven't used it
it's
ever.
Like dictionary.com.
Does it?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I guess it sounds. Why wouldn't it exist, right?
Those things have been around since the internet.
Well, people don't read and write anymore, so it's
That's what I'm saying. People forgot.
Yeah, that's true. There is now.
They're risen.
They're risen. Yeah,
Actually, I don't even think they put a G at the end. Risen.
Now, what are they, Christ?
Jesus is risen.
We're not making fun of Jesus. We believe in Jesus.
Not.
No, we believe in Jesus. That's for sure. That's just funny how it puts together.
I mean, to be fair, he
was risen.
He was risen.
That's right.
Well, he was also risen with the 2 Z's because, how many people believed him after he, how do you say it in Polish?
Zmartwychwstał?
Yeah. How do you say it in
that
English?
Word. He was risen?
Resurrected.
Resurrected, damn. Damn. Hey, pull out the dictionary. ChatGPT, risen. What has risen? The bread.
Hey, you see these these protesters for
who?
Tesla?
Dude, these people are so stupid.
So
we already talked about this last time.
I understand, but all right, but this time I watched the videos. Tell me why every single protester is above 60, can barely walk, and is white.
I don't know what it is.
You know why? Somebody was making commentary. He's like, here's why they're protesting. He's like,
are they protesting, or are they the ones doing like the scratches and the freaking?
No, they were protesting like outside dealerships and stuff like that. Not only that, I'm like, he's like, they're taking this personally because they can't understand computers.
It's like an error code in their brain.
They're like, this is them getting back at technology that they don't understand.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, that's fun. So I'm not sure how much of this is, the truth or not, because everybody can spew all kinds of misinformation. Did you hear that Elon Musk supposedly got a fine from the European Union for disinformation, promoting disinformation, and they're sending him a fine for $1 billion?
For what?
For disinformation.
About what?
Because he owns Twitter.
And that's so stupid.
It's so stupid, dude. Like, I don't even know. So the EU doesn't,
the EU.
The EU. What's that one song that has that one dude? Like, damn, I was just singing it like a couple days ago. They made a song with like,
oh, brother,
brother,
yeah,
brother,
baby, do you know? Yeah.
Brother, but damn, bro, I just can't stop it. I need to put like a notepad right here and just stop saying, but anyway, yeah. So they're hitting them with a fine for disinformation, yet the EU, who spews disinformation left and freaking right, that's okay.
Yeah.
We're good. Nothing's gonna happen.
I watched that. Yeah.
We're not gonna fine you, and we're also not gonna let you pick your own president and put him in jail, aka Romania.
I watched that one video of that one parent getting arrested. I think he got arrested in January or like end of March.
Where?
In UK.
Okay. Where people are getting arrested for freaking posting on social media? 6
cops came to his house and arrested him and his wife because they were on WhatsApp in a private group talking a little smack about the school that their kid was going to, because they picked a new head of the school or whatever.
Like a superintendent or whatever.
Without going through any voting, nothing. They just put on they said it was temporary. Later on, they said it was temporary, but when he asked them about it, they wouldn't answer, and they would give him runaround. So this is like other parents, right? Not even teachers or anything.
This is what I'm talking about, bro. Like free speech is literally taken away in the EU, and they're talking about Elon Musk promoting disinformation.
Yeah.
Bro, you guys are looking into people's WhatsApp messages that are private and go and arrest them. People are posting on social media, like, who they're not even talking shit. They're just reflecting their opinion. Boom, knock on the door, the cops show up, they come arrest your ass, and put you in jail.
The crazy part is that school also sent out a notice to all parents to please not post anything about the school on Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, nothing.
What is that?
That's
dictatorship?
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say censorship, but...
Censorship is part of that, yeah, but dude, it's like, what the...
And
then they always say that we should get rid of the Second Amendment in America. Fuck you.
And you know what's crazy is that like the lead detective or whatever on that case, after they picked him up and brought him back to the police station, he was like fresh on the case, right? And the dad is like, why am I here? And the guy and the detective's like, I don't know. And he let him go. And then they ended up dropping everything because they couldn't find any evidence.
But then what the hell? Then what did they come after them with?
Lack of evidence. The person, whoever was in charge of the school, probably called them.
Honestly, I'm not surprised because at the end of the day, this is happening a lot in like Great Britain. Like Great Britain, you guys are fucked.
Yeah,
you guys got to get your shit together.
You
Literally,
guys need a Second Amendment.
Yeah, 100% or something of the sort, dude. It's like, dude, and your immigration is killing your country. Like it really is. Like there's uncontrolled immigration going into Europe in general.
Yep.
But UK, bro, I don't know. I don't know what you guys are gonna do, bro. You guys are gonna become not a white country anytime soon, realistically.
Same thing with France.
I'm not saying anything against other people who are other colors or whatever the hell, but
you don't belong there.
No, if you want to go somewhere, if you want to be there, you gotta assimilate to the culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. You should be assimilating.
Don't force your culture on everybody
Don't force
else.
your beliefs or cultures or whatever on the population that's already been there.
Yeah.
Why did you run away from your place?
Right. Exactly.
Why did you leave?
If you're trying to push,
if you like that kind of stuff, why didn't you stay there?
Yeah. Why don't you go back?
Right. And I'm not talking about anybody, anywhere. That's like I can't even say that Americans moving to UK. You had freedom in America, then you went to UK. You dumbass.
Polish people.
Yeah, 100%.
The Polish people, they'll come here and be like, "Oh, well, your government sucks." Blah blah. Blah. Go back.
Yeah, what the fuck you doing here? Go back.
Go back, dude. It's not like Poland's is much better.
Yeah, dude, go live over there, dude.
Yeah. Oh no, I can't.
Why not? Oh, because I can't make money there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so there is a reason to come to America.
Yeah. If you tried hard, you probably could.
Yeah,
but...
you stupid. I don't even want to say. But like, people need to like open your eyes and be like, what's really going on?
People are also quick to point fingers and not, do a little bit of reflection as well.
Oh, so, 100%. Right? Yeah,
it's that person's fault. It's that person's fault. That person doesn't belong here, And
I mean, we all belong together. We're all people at the end of the day, right? People have different beliefs, different views, whatever. I get it. I understand it. We can all live in peace and harmony, but
some people don't want to.
But some people don't want to. Exactly. Some people want to bring their shit with them. Keep your shit back there.
They bring their problems and propaganda with them.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you don't, if you don't, what?
I just thought about one guy at one of the rallies.
Bro, those people are fucking hilarious, bro.
Dude, one of the rallies, the guy shows up and he's like, first of all, people think he's a Chinese nationalist because he's Asian, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he thinks that he's a secret Chinese nationalist, and it was a protest against Tesla, right? Guess what car he pulls up in?
A Tesla. I just seen the video of a dude driving around.
You can probably buy a Tesla for cheap right now.
You can buy it from that's what's happening. Though. Yeah. So people who, all right, 3-4 years ago, Elon Musk was the shit for the left, right?
Yep.
He was EV, green energy.
Because he wasn't political at the time.
Because he was doing the right thing. He was trying to keep the earth clean. Yada yada yada. We all get it. 2 or 3 years later, his political views changed because he
had enough,
bro. It's wacky.
Yeah,
the left is wacky.
Even the left doesn't want to be left anymore.
Oh, do you see the support for the Democratic Party? 27%. Yeah,
it's probably gonna. People think he's gonna drop below 20.
They gotta rebuild, but they gotta drop leadership and start all over again.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who can lead them, but they need to change their whole approach.
Yeah.
Like, this is not working,
The crazy
guys.
part is they lost, and they're still doing the same thing.
Well, whatever. That's good for us.
Right.
But and then he had different political views because things changed. He realized that we're on the wrong trajectory, specifically in terms of the debt of the United States of America.
Yeah.
That was a big thing for him. And then when they tried to assassinate Trump, that was just cherry on top. And he's like, I'm out. And now look at that. Now they're burning his cars.
Yep.
You know what you guys are doing? Causing more pollution, you retards. Second of all his cars that are made that are here are made in America, like 100%.
Right.
He's an American company, and you guys are literally lighting his cars on fire. They're just drawing swastikas on there and Nazi symbols and scratching the cars and keying. Dude, all on camera. First of all, I don't even want to. I don't even want
to talk about this last time.
I know, because it's so stupid. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
it's so stupid.
Where was it? In Texas? In the Tesla showroom, somebody put a bomb on one of the cars. Like,
domestic terrorism?
do you not
Charges?
care about, like, do you literally not care about other people's lives?
Well, obviously not.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously fucking not. You know, they don't really give a crap about anybody else but themselves. And then you say that, oh, we only care about ourselves. Dude, we care about, everybody cares.
Care about the nation.
We care about the nation.
If that's what you mean by ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. I care about my country and my people that live in the country, except some of these people that live in this country.
Some people don't deserve to get that care.
Well, like, obviously, because they don't, you know? No. How can you be mad at somebody who's trying to make the government more efficient? How can that
save us money?
How can that be a bad thing?
Lower your taxes.
Like, how? What's the reasoning behind that? Sure that he cut a couple of programs that maybe shouldn't cut. Okay,
mistakes happen.
No, not even that.
But he said
cut them, and then they reevaluated it and put it back in.
Yeah.
Maybe not even, and he's not even in charge of cutting them.
Yeah, exactly. He just brings it to light.
He brings it to light, and then he lets the people who are actually in charge make those decisions.
But
right?
you seen that?
No, we got the second president in office, Elon Musk.
Yeah. Well, you seen that? It wasn't a town hall. It was that one interview where he brought the Doge team on. It's like an hour and a half long.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He put a lot of, and he even said it. He's like, listen, he's like, nobody's perfect. We may have made some mistakes.
Yeah.
He's like, but we're trying to correct any mistakes we made. But in the long term, somebody was paying $1 billion for a freaking survey, like a Survey Monkey survey.
Yeah, I seen that.
What?
That's what I'm saying. Like, and who in their right? What am I now? Who in their right mind is against that?
Yeah, or
like finding that kind of waste. That's literally waste. That's a survey that you can do probably for $10,000 online.
If that,
whatever.
Yeah.
Who the hell?
It takes 5 minutes to make.
Give me
$5,000 and I'll do it right now, and send it out to whoever you want.
I'm asking for $1 billion, bro. What are you talking about? I'll make up a freaking survey for $1 billion, dude. Like,
and they probably told him like 3 months to make it too.
You know that the guy that was in charge of sending money out from, I don't know if it was from USAID, USAID. I don't know if it was him or if it was the Secretary of the Treasury, who basically approved every single thing that came through.
Yeah,
like every like no questions asked.
I'm not surprised.
Without filling out the full information of what it's for, where it's going, it just stamped go. Why did I know about this earlier? I would have submitted an application too.
Yeah, right. Well, I remember
stamping $100,000. That's all I need.
Yeah, I remember a few years back, somebody. This is funny. Some guy he made a business, right, and he was sending Google fake invoices for work he never did, just invoices from his company.
Yeah,
for like $100,000, $120,000, and they were paying them all. No questions asked. They just paid them out.
It's not shocking. I mean, they probably sue the shit out of him afterwards.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, like, dude, like, and I understand accounting errors, right? That kind of stuff can fall through, right?
Yeah.
For a company like that's a big. I mean, the U.S. government is pretty big
too.
But
like $1 billion,
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but for like a country,
I could see like
rotates trillions of dollars
right,
every
I was gonna
year.
Say, I could see like a few thousand off or whatever. Like here and there, right? It slips through.
Well, that just shows you how unaccountable the government is, right? We're just gonna tax you more and keep taxing you more and tax you more, but we're not gonna make any cuts. We're not gonna go back and review where this money's going. We're just gonna stamp the money and go, stamp and go. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like
we'll get the money back from you later.
Well, no, we're not gonna get it back. We're just gonna take it from you.
Yeah,
by raising taxes, right? Like this is what Illinois is doing right now. Illinois is in the shithole too.
Illinois,
whatever, bro.
No noise in Illinois.
Noise all the time in Illinois, bro. It's downtown specifically. Same thing. Like, you guys are starting to get deeper and deeper. California's so deep in the hole right now that I don't know how they're gonna get out of that.
See, what's his name's new podcast?
Newsome?
Yeah,
we should have him on.
He had Charlie Kirk on there.
I know he did.
And Charlie Kirk.
They had a good conversation. Yeah, he
went off a little bit.
Yeah. Newsom said himself that his son is a big fan of Charlie Kirk. That he couldn't wait till he came so that he could meet him. But he sent him off to school. And then what did Charlie Kirk say? You be closed schools for 2 years. What's one day gonna do?
True.
Yeah, I mean, true, 100%. Imagine that. one of the most liberal governors we ever got, and then freaking his kid becomes like a conservative.
Yeah, like a hardcore conservative.
Which does tend to happen both ways. You have conservative parents sometimes who their kids go liberal
because they're super conservative.
Yeah, like too, like they don't understand. Like there's a meaning behind that. You might be too pushing on it too hard, maybe
or forcing it, or trying to push it on your kids.
Well, it's like Democrats trying to push on us.
Yeah, but like this is like you to your kids, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like you try and maybe show them the way or point them in the right direction, and they might seem that it's overbearing, like you're pushing it too much or whatever, right? So they'll rebel and they'll go to the other side and they'll be like,
That's when they go to school and they get brainwashed.
Yes, 100%. It has something to do with it for sure. But I mean, you have to find that balance where how much to push. Not you're not even supposed to be pushing. You're supposed to give them the options, right?
And let them choose for themselves.
And let them choose for themselves, but you have to show them some direction. You can't just be like, here's one side, here's the other, pick one. You can't do that. Like, it doesn't work that way.
Do your research.
Like, here's the option, here's my preferred option, but don't.
And here's why I like it.
Yeah, but here's my explanation for it, and here's my explanation for this, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're a boy, you should stay a boy. You trying to be a girl is not natural in one thing,
It's not right.
I mean, it depends who you ask, right?
Yeah, it's not right.
I was talking, bro. Again, my week of campaigning on Facebook was hilarious. I had the greatest time ever.
I don't even. You weren't campaigning. You're just trolling everybody.
I was fucking trolling for sure. I wasn't campaigning for nobody. I was just, who I choose. But I couldn't even vote, so it doesn't really matter. I couldn't vote for the people that I was, campaigning for, not campaigning for, but that I was rooting for, because I'm not in the city. But I voted for school boards, so that was important. One person, Tammy, that was on here. She's on. She got on school board.
Oh, she won.
Yeah, she got on there. Good. Yeah, so good for her.
Coming back on.
Congratulations. No, we will have her back on actually. I would like to see, like, in a couple months when she's been on the board. Yeah, give us a little bit of a breakdown and see what's up. Right?
What about Jen?
No, she didn't make it. She didn't make it.
I'm assuming Ray didn't make it either.
Jay didn't make it, and then Ruben didn't get it either. So,
we need Jen back on then.
Yeah, she's funny. She's funny. Yeah.
I heard she's got a lot to say.
But we're past that part now. We'll eventually down the road. Like I said, we might have a surprise maybe in the next 2-3 weeks. Podcast between some people. That should be interesting. But yeah, that's why that kind of stuff is important. Like, you gotta learn. You gotta teach your kids. Not that you teach them is one thing. You gotta guide them. You really gotta be more of a guide than anything else.
Let them make their own mistakes.
A guide and a teacher, right?
Like,
but you can't press too hard. You press too hard, you're gonna push them over the board, lose them, right? And then you lose them. Yeah. And then you really have a hard time getting them back. But you also have to make sure that you're paying attention to, like I said, the education they're getting, what they're being taught in school, who they hang out with, stuff like that, right? I mean, that has a effect in every single way, right? And kids at a young age are malleable, so that means that you can make them think whatever you want. I don't understand how you can. I know we already covered this topic before, but it's like, how can a child that's 12 years old decide if they're a boy or a girl?
They can't. They shouldn't be able to.
That's what I'm saying.
You can barely. They can't even choose what they're gonna wear tomorrow to school, let alone.
Dude, you can't do anything till you're 18. You can't get
right.
You can't go to the military. You can't go buy. I don't even. Supposedly they raised the smoking age to 21. Is that true?
Bro, it's been like that for like 8 years.
Holy shit, I'm old.
Well, you've been over 21, over 18 for more than 8 years.
Yeah, no shit.
They changed it. No, it's 10 years, because when I turned 21 is when they changed it to 21.
Really?
Oh, because I remember. That's when I was smoking.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, that's crazy.
But you can't do any of that. So you can't smoke and drink alcohol till you're 21.
Can't vote till you're 18.
You can't join the military till you're 18.
Can't join the military.
You can't get your license till you're 16.
Right. Which should be moved to 18 if you ask me. But
I was gonna say that we should just concentrate everything at 18.
Yeah.
Drinking, smoking, everything.
Everybody else does it.
18, bro. You hit that age. You're adult. You can figure it out yourself.
Yeah. Except for Canada, they have 19 for whatever reason. Some odd number.
Canada.
Weird.
51st state.
Weird.
Dude, Canadians are gonna hate on us.
Not the people that watch us in Canada.
Probably Peter next door in Canada's probably swearing the shit out of us right now.
He's gonna see this
fucking
episode.
Americans.
He's like, they're fucking tariffs.
Do it. See what happens. He says. I'm like, I mean, it's probably gonna happen.
They charge up to a 250% tariff on milk from us.
Yeah, dude,
that's crazy.
And then they say that we don't. That they're just trying to be fair.
Yeah,
dude, what Trump just did smoked the fucking entire world. Literally, this was yesterday that this happened. And announced tariffs around. Basically, he announced tariffs on I think 150 countries.
Yeah,
or maybe all of them.
Even some that don't even have tariffs on us. Because we got to get that money back.
Well, not even that. It's just, like, dude, like, you guys want to play, a bunch of countries made a bunch of money off of our backs. Yeah. Basically, we don't tariff. Is it Japan or is it Germany? Where is it? I don't remember.
About what? Their cars?
Cars.
Japan.
2% we charge a tariff.
They tariff us 90%.
Is it?
Or like 70% or something.
I was thinking more of the European Union. I thought it was 10%.
European Union is a 10... I believe it's a 10% tariff on us.
Yeah,
we charge
do 2.5. Yeah,
but then they also have the VAT tax, right?
Yeah. But that doesn't.
But Japan's like between 70 and 90%.
Yeah, there is no Fords, there's no Chryslers, there's no nothing in Japan except Japanese cars.
80% of their cars are made locally, right?
So then that's Japan first, right?
That's Japan. Look, dude, Trump yesterday when he was talking about this, he's like, "Listen, I don't blame him." He's like, they're doing what's best for their country. He's like, I don't blame him for that.
So why the hell can't we do it for our country?
He's like, we're just showing them same love now.
That's it, dude.
That's it. It's simple. It's simple as that.
And somebody needed to go in and face the carnage, because that's what it's going to be right now, carnage, and readjust.
And take the heat.
Take the heat. But he don't give a
He doesn't.
He understands what needs to be done. Listen. Dude, you want people to fucking blow their heads up, dude? Oh Lord, I can only imagine what would happen if it was running for third term some fucking weird way. Yeah, I think I was listening.
They were in 2 consecutive terms, so I can go again.
I was listening to the podcast. They said that the one way that could happen, there's a loophole, is that if J.D. Vance became president, voted as president, and brought in Trump as a vice, and then he stepped down, yeah, then Trump will be president again. Listen, we're not gonna get that far ahead. All right, let's just stick to. We're
joking right now.
We didn't even pass the first 100 days of his administration.
No, it is the 100th day.
Is it?
Yeah. Yesterday, I think yesterday or today was like the 100th day.
What was yesterday called? What was his name for the?
It was my birthday.
I know. I have a birthday. But what was it called yesterday? Ah, damn. He had a term for it.
Oh
shit! I can't think of what it is.
I can't think of it. I heard it earlier today too because I was watching the thing.
Yeah. Dude, I can't even think of it right now. What was that word? I wanted to say.
Doesn't matter.
I was gonna say reunification, but that's not the word I'm looking for. No. Liberation. It's Liberation Day.
Reciprocation Day.
But so listen, he knew what was gonna happen. But he said
he knew what was gonna happen. He knew the backlash was gonna happen.
100%.
And
he understands the market's gonna tank. He understands a lot of stuff that's gonna happen. Somebody needed to do it.
It needed to get done. Yeah, exactly.
Like what the previous administration all they did, including his previous administration, his first term, he kind of did something because he also did some tariffs,
which they were all undone.
He was trying, not all of them. He was trying to.
You're right.
He was trying to do something to help it, but he also was part of the problem in terms of a bunch of spending, raising the debt ceiling, right? Basically, what they all did is just kick the can down the road. Literally, they kicked the can down the road. Let the next person worry about it. You're in $36 trillion in debt.
Yep.
What's the next step?
Go to 40.
You go to 40, right? That's what
that's what everybody's doing.
Somebody that I know would say exactly that. And I say, does that make sense? Our currency is the world standard currency, right? At what point do you reach the point where you say, I don't know if I can trust this dollar anymore, because all it is debt.
Yeah.
Like $1 today is worth $1 today, but in 2 years from now, if they keep printing, it's going to be worth 80 cents.
I guess that's what he hinted at, that other countries take advantage of the exchange rate because 100%. Of the dollar.
For us, an expensive dollar is not good for us as a country.
Yeah.
Right? In terms of export.
Yeah.
Import, sure. But export, no.
Yeah.
Like we have our stuff costs more
and
money.
we probably import more than we export.
Oh, 100%. We're the number one consumer in the world.
Right, right.
This is why these tariffs are so many people butthurt about the tariffs.
Yep.
Because we are the biggest consumers in the world. Right? America is a powerful country. We don't have the largest population.
Nope.
But we got the money.
We got the most disposable income.
Exactly. The most freedom, fuckers. Yeah. And
I get to buy a mic.
I love my AR. And that's why they're all getting butthurt, because now he's like, America, Japan first, Germany first, European Union first, whoever first, fucking every other country first.
Hey man, if you live in that country, absolutely.
America first, do it.
Yeah.
Make the change. I understand the short-term pain is gonna be bad. It's a good time to invest. It will be a good time. Maybe not today yet, but in the next few weeks,
a little bit down the road, yeah.
It might be a good time to throw some money into the market. If you bought gold already, bro, you're already fucking sailing.
I was pretty upset. I didn't tell you to invest in Nvidia.
Well, I have Nvidia.
When did you buy it though? Recently, I'm sorry, Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
The people that made Assassin's Creed.
Did they lose money?
So the game absolutely tanked.
Fucking course. You got a fucking black dude who works in Japan, bro.
They sold 25% of Ubisoft to Tencent, and it is a China company.
Tencent, yeah,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they currently have, like, if you look at a top 10 games out of this year, like they probably have like 4 of them.
What are they? What kind of games are we talking about?
Oh,
Tencent
is the company, right?
Yeah, I've heard of the company for sure.
So they do a lot of different games.
Are they gonna get tariffed too? Right?
Well, Ubisoft is a French company.
Fucking French.
But they are in the American market.
I'm beginning to not like the French. I like their bread.
So
that's
anyways,
about it.
After it tanked, they announced, it was literally last week, I was on my way here, and I just forgot to mention it to you. They sold Ubisoft sold 25%. Ubisoft has 24,000 employees. And they come out with like 2 games a year.
How do they make money?
Especially if they're putting out the fucking product.
Especially the product they've been putting out is shit.
Yeah, exactly. So,
you know what game I just found? Assassin's Creed fucking Black Flag.
That was like one of the best ones, dude.
I got it in my freaking office. Found it for Xbox.
That one was the best because you had your own ship that you can customize.
And you
Do you remember Pirates of the Caribbean for Xbox?
Bro, I still play that game.
For Xbox?
Yeah, dude. Dude, if I get my hands on it, dude, because you had to trade.
Yeah.
Yep. Bro, all day. You know what I was doing most of the time when I was in the game? Trading. And getting bigger ships.
Yeah.
Fuck the missions.
And then you try to attack a fortress.
And then I go take over an island.
Yeah.
I took, I think, 2 islands.
Yeah.
Like, that is so hard, though. You have to have, like, an armada of ships.
So, anyways,
they
sold 25% to Tencent, which is now taking over management, essentially. They're going to fire probably 18,000 people, right?
Probably deservingly so.
Yeah. If you work at Ubisoft, you should dust off that resume. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what you're going to put on it. I'm DEA. But, yeah, so instantly the stock fucking rose.
What is it? I pull it up. I'm curious what the I have some Nvidia stock. I don't have much. I bought like around $100. I wish I'm stupid too. I was gonna buy it before their earnings.
Yeah. Well, this one streamer, he mentioned this like 3 months ago about how Ubisoft is gonna sell part of their company. He's like, and it's probably gonna be Tencent. So, look at it. I mean, this is
one day. Go to like 6 months. Okay, so it shot up a lot.
Yeah, so here at this point it was 222,
and now it's back to where it was.
And then it went up to 27.
That's because the market took a shit.
317.
Do they have a dividend? No dividend.
Like I said, this is the American one. So this probably only accounts for a quarter of the company.
Ubisoft Entertainment ADR rep 1/5 ord.
Yeah, 1/5. Yeah, the rest of it is in the European market.
Interesting.
Yeah.
EA Sports. Let's see how much did they lose. 0.14. Yeah. Microsoft lost 2.3% today. Roblox lost 5.5%. Nintendo. I bought Nintendo today. Damn, I'm probably down on it. 4%. Shit.
Well, they're coming out with the new Switch.
Yeah,
you should have waited a little bit.
Why?
You should have bought it maybe a little bit before.
What do you mean? I bought today because today was a bloody ass day.
Yeah, but before they announced,
today was the day buy. I bought like $1,000 worth of stocks today. I bought some Nintendo. I bought Nvidia. I bought a little bit of Tesla.
Watch out, Paul, your rich is showing. Your
motherfuckers, I work for that money. All right, I could do what I want with it. All right. I'm trying to be a smart investor, all right? I have been a very not smart investor for a long time. But anyways, I think I lost more money than I made.
Yeah, but anyways, I was watching this guy, and like even like 3 months ago, he kind of called it about what Ubisoft's gonna do, and sure enough, it happened. I'm like, damn, that would have been.
I mean, did you see Newsmax? Look up Newsmax stock, bro. You'll lose your shit. Look up Newsmax stock. Look at this stock. look at the 1 month because it's only been out for like 5 days.
It went from
it came out
225
when they IPO'd right in the beginning. I think it was like $80.
Yeah,
$83.
Then it jumped up
in a matter of 1 day. It went up to how much was it?
$233. And then the very next day,
boom,
$52.
Less than what the IPO was. So whoever bought that stock or whoever had calls on that stock for that day made a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
and they sold. I mean, that's just, that's good for them. No, I guess not that good for them because realistically, now they're actually down. Well, the whole market took a shit today, so not surprising. Damn, Apple was down 9% today. Roku down 15.6%. Yeah, tariffs, baby. That's
no, because they committed $30 billion to building an infrastructure here.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
and like Taiwan's one of the largest chip manufacturers in Taiwan also did like $30 billion to move part of it here.
I'm pretty sure that Trump already secured. Not that he secured.
Well, he was talking about it, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he already has $1.5 trillion basically.
Yeah.
That's spoken for, right? As an investment, right? I'm not exactly sure what the exact number is, but they're noticing. They know what they need to do. Bring back production in America. I mean, and I know it's going to be more expensive to buy an American product. We already had this discussion, right? Right?
Yeah, we did.
And the margins are not going to be as large. But you at the same time, not only if corporations are to profit, let them profit, but at the same time, bring the workforce with you and also let them rise, right?
Yeah.
Like you want the American workers to actually have a living wage and the benefits and a retirement, if anything, if it's offered. I understand corporations need to make money, but
how much?
What point?
Yeah.
Like where do you separate, profit
to having too much money, or to not making too much money, but
I mean the stock market loves that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
The more you can show that you can make, the better, right? In the stock market, right?
Yep.
But on Main Street and real street, where you actually have the people working and everything, like if you're an employee working for a company and you're getting paid minimum fucking dollars, while their company's raking in 3 or 4 times X on your back.
Yep.
Right? Then how is that fair?
Yeah. If you're making $10 and your company's making $100 based on your $10 of work, like
that's a 90% profit.
Yeah. That's why our company, we do profit sharing now.
Well, in my company, I'm heading towards that as well in terms of me paying out the profit sharing because it has a couple of, it has advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. We're also big on training. So like we're doing, we get bonuses for like certifications and stuff like that. So
I wanted my employees to actually also feel like they're part of the company.
Yeah.
And I think that the more, if they feel that they put in the more work and then the reward is higher, then I think it makes it worthwhile, right?
Yeah, it also kind of weeds out the people that don't want to work.
Yeah, 100%. So we're probably trending in that direction as well. I'm not a big company, but
we're kind of in the middle of like
trying to figure it out.
It's sort of weeding people out.
Yeah, well that's good.
People that don't want to change with the times. We're not change with the times, right?
Adjust.
Like I've told you this before, but we have a new management, like a way of management now, right? And some of it's like, people make fun of and they're like, for example, me as a manager, every few weeks I'm supposed to take what's called a clarity break, where I just leave the office for like 2 hours, go to Starbucks, and whatever topic I'm thinking about that day, straight 2 hours of just pen and paper, writing down everything and kind of narrowing things down and seeing where I need to focus on and stuff like that, right? I actually took one for the first time. Like, I don't know if it's gonna work, but it kind of worked.
Writing material for podcasts.
Well, the guy that the trainer, he's like, dude, I do this. Like, he's like, I don't just do this for work. He said, I do it for life. He's like, I do it for. He's like, I did it on my marriage. Like, you know, I did it for my kids. You know, I did it for my golf. You know, so yeah, probably that would help, right?
I mean, you know, that's why there's so
many.
just
kind of disconnect though, right? You can't be checking you can't be on your phone.
Yeah.
Right. He's like,
yeah.
You put some music on and just like, you know, get in a.
That's right. There's all these motivational speakers and whatnot. That's all right now getting very popular, like motivational speakers and and how to how to do certain things in your life. And yeah, I get all that. Yeah. I understand all that.
That's probably why like Derek, for example, is doing it, right?
Yeah, I get it. I understand. It's I sometimes it's I understand. Sometimes I don't understand. But at the end of the day, it is still dependent all on you.
Yeah.
Like, people can tell you things, but if you just don't find the drive, no matter how motivated somebody can try to make it, they'll help you out for that one day, and then you wake up the next day like with no motivation.
But that's the whole point of this, right? Yeah. Is to weed those kind of people out. Like, like at the end of the day, our goal is to make the best out of somebody and let them succeed, right? I like my guys, for example. I told them this in our meeting the other day. I'm like, listen, I want to get to a point where like any of you guys can do my job.
Yeah.
And and if you guys want to move up in the company, like this is the goal. At the same time, like I want like my department, for example, I want to make it as efficient as possible so that we get 10 clients over the next year, right? And everybody else needs more people, but we've become so efficient that we can accept those 10 clients. And my manager's gonna be like, do we need to hire some? And be like, no, but you should take that salary that you're gonna give to somebody else and split it between us.
Yeah,
and they're 100%. Like, we'd be willing to do that. Like if that were the case, right?
That's good, dude.
I'm like, you take a $60,000
salary and split it between 10 people. It's
even if it's
$10
grand a person.
Yeah, I mean,
and then the company's
$6,000. But if it was,
what do you mean?
Between 10 people, 60
I don't have 10 people. I have 3.
Oh, okay. Well, that's like 20 grand a piece.
Right. But even if it's 10 grand, we're all making 10 grand more. Company saving 30 grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's happy.
Yeah. 100%.
Right.
That's a good way to do it, to approach the situation. I mean, that's becoming more efficient, right?
Yeah. And this is part of that new management where like everything's set and everything's clear. One of our things is complete transparency. So my company put their 10 year.
Heard that somewhere before.
Well, but my company put their 10-year goal, their 6-year goal, their 3-year goal available for everybody to see. So that they know like where they want profits to be and stuff like that. And they will tell us the profit. They'll tell us how many users we have and stuff like that. And it's pretty awesome because it's like some people don't care. Fine.
100%. There's plenty of those people.
Well, some people just don't care about numbers. They're just like they're there to perform, sure, right? And they'll do their job, but like the company's end goal doesn't matter to them. In some senses, that's fine, right? If you're still doing a good job, right. But if you want the company to grow, you're gonna grow,
100%,
and then you're gonna grow with the company, and you're gonna be in a position to make more money, to be more successful.
Maybe you move up the ladder.
That's
right?
what I'm saying, right? Like you grow with the company, right?
And then you know the company, and your job doesn't really become as strenuous to you. It becomes something you like doing,
enjoyable. Well,
that's the thing.
That's the thing we have. It's called right seat, right person, right?
Yeah, you were saying that before,
And it's one of those things where it's like,
maybe you're not
good
here.
The person might be right, but it might be the wrong seat.
Yeah.
In which case, we don't want to fire him.
Yeah.
We want to put him somewhere that he's going to enjoy more and he's going to be more productive in.
Yeah. That's a good example, but that's also like a good projection for the future, right?
Right.
Like you want to, maybe you know that the person's good at something, just not
what they're doing right now.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Like if you have for me, like if I had a mechanic and
I got approached like that. I got approached like that.
I mean, which is fine, right? So that gave you that kind of taught you a lesson a little bit in terms of there is other options.
Yeah, they were like, well, why don't you on the account management? They're like, you're one of the best people. IT people don't like talking to people. I don't know if you guys knew that, but nerds don't really like talking a lot. But I'm very outspoken. So they're like, well, what about going in account management, right? And, a part of it is money, sure. And they're like, it would come with a raise because you're technically doing not more, but you're face to face with customers, and
You're doing the more not strenuous, not in
more,
terms of physically.
yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah. Well,
more
you're
mentally
visiting
if anything, right?
clients,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
that's not like you're doing like like
Yeah.
physical work, right?
But like I said,
you're doing more of mental gymnastics. Is what you're doing.
A lot of people don't like
Oh,
a lot of
100%.
people, especially in my company, they don't like talking to people. They don't mind talking to people. They don't mind calling, but face to face conversations not a big thing.
Oh, you've already talked about this, man. Like that seems to be a common trend right now in these times.
But like I said, this is a tech company.
Yeah,
They're tech people. We're used to being on a computer all the time, and we're used to working on computer related stuff. We're not used to. Not everybody's used to talking to people all the
I had
time.
an employee like that who worked for me for a while. Who
I know exactly what you're talking
who
about.
he just sat on a computer and after work or whatever, and
Yeah.
at work he barely ever said anything, but
Big talker. I know who you're talking about because I still talk to him here and there. Is it what I'm
Big
thinking
talk.
about?
Big talker in terms of on a computer.
Well, like when we're on Discord or something, yeah. He's,
Who are we talking about?
Ozag?
No.
Oh. Oh. Well,
No, no, he would hold no conversation.
yeah. Well, you guys were friends for a while
Yeah.
too, so
So I haven't seen his ass in forever. So I don't know where he's at.
I wish you didn't slur that whole sentence right there.
Who? Me? What did I slur?
I haven't seen his
I haven't seen his ass in forever. All right, better. No, I had a different employee who was he actually applied for a job at your place.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he did the job and everything. He had to be pointed in some certain things. I mean, but that's what any employee, right, who's taking on a job. Like they don't. You have to teach the person the job. The job will eventually teach you, but it takes time to get to that point, right? And
well, I mean, yeah, I mean, and your job's willing to teach you usually.
well, yeah, as long as you got a good teacher, as long as you got somebody who will actually teach you to do the job, right? Because somebody could just throw you into the fucking job and be like, "Well, here's the job, go do it." All right, well, how do I do it? What's the most efficient way to do it? What makes the most sense? What should I do? What should I not do? What should I use? What shouldn't I use? Right? Like that takes a lot, right? You have to actually have somebody to point you in the correct direction, right?
Yeah, one of my focuses is creating new documentation for like our company because we have like a site where we could document everything for customers, for ourselves, internal, for customers to see, or if it's just like how computers are set up for this specific client. I have it all documented, right? And
Okay, look.
we talked about this last time.
We're gonna repeat a lot of shit.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So my thing is like I want to be able to have like this documentation where if I hire somebody new, let's say one of my guys moves up in the company and I hire somebody new, obviously I'll teach them, right?
But if you already have some kind of,
I'll be like, hey, look at this folder right here.
Yeah.
Go to this site. Go to this folder. A lot of it's in there, and the best part is that's a lot of self teaching right there, and people learn better when they self teach, right? I mean, all of my experience in IT, I learned from Googling things to figure out how to make things work.
Yep.
My old boss was like, when he hired me, I'm like, I don't know anything about IT. He's like, yeah. He's like, how would you fix this issue if you didn't know how to figure it out? I'm like, Google it. He's like, yeah, exactly.
I mean, like I said, all the information is now at the tip of your fingers.
Available.
Like you can literally go on ChatGPT and ask it. I asked yesterday how to word a certain sentence to somebody, and it fucking did a great job. And I was like, damn, this is pretty good. I didn't even use the exact, but it gave me an idea of how to structure the sentence. Right?
I don't use
like I understand. I don't use that kind of stuff or that kind of stuff. But it was kind of a question that I didn't even know how to something I wanted to say that I didn't want to say.
Or you didn't know how to word it.
Yeah. And sometimes
that's
it's difficult,
tool,
right?
Yeah, especially because ChatGPT can't get like it doesn't know what tone is.
Yeah,
right.
100%. But it's got no emotion and it doesn't have a tone.
Or it doesn't have the context, the full context of a situation. So, if you're in the back and forth with somebody or you talk about something bigger, ChatGPT doesn't know that context. And, it's going to give you the logical answer, but that doesn't always mean it's the right one.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. So there's the information is at the tip of your fingers. I mean, if somebody wants to do something,
Yeah, but you don't even need ChatGPT.
Dude, you could swap an engine by just watching a YouTube video. I mean, literally, you can.
Half the stuff I do on my car that I don't come to you for.
That's why YouTube is what it is, dude. It's like a. We're on YouTube. Well, we're just podcasts. We're just talking random stuff. But there's people out there who show you how to do certain things like work on a car, or how to fix a computer, or how to do IT, or how to grow chickens,
how to set up your podcast, how to set up your podcast, right?
Like there's a video for everything now, right?
Yep.
And it's all at the tip of your fingers. You just got to know what you're looking for. How are our chickens doing, bro? They sleeping over there or what, dude?
Let's show them off a little bit more. Let's show them off.
We're gonna start a live stream. We're gonna start a live stream with the chicks, and them just running around.
And then we'll move the camera to the barn back there. They're there.
Yeah, and then eventually we're probably gonna buy some goats, and then we already have sheep, and we'll just live stream the farm.
And
you'll see the roosters banging the chickens.
You'll see Paul come out one today to milk the goats.
I'm gonna teach the little one how to go milk them. Hey, look, they're all over there, dude. They're just hanging out.
Yeah.
How many we got? We got 11 in there.
We got 11 in there. We got 3 more running around that little box, loud as hell.
Yep. They want out. I keep me in the box, man. But chickens are fun. Yeah. And then you have your own eggs.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I used to have to watch your house, I never minded the chickens.
Oh, reminds me, I got to talk to you. You got to watch the house one day.
I already know one. Let me guess.
Hold on.
Is it for your birthday?
Oh yeah, that's one of them. Yeah, that's one of the weeks.
That's one of the weeks. Yeah,
that's one of the weeks.
You're going for a week?
No, we're not going for a week. No, we're just getting away.
You might get 2 of us.
What do you mean 2 of us? Who's 2? Oh, you and your girlfriend? I mean, that's fine. Just leave my bet out of it, dude. My bet is off limits.
Dude,
I will make you a freaking mattress out of hay that I have in the fucking barn. All right? No, you can do it the old school way. It might be a little pointy.
No funny business in somebody else's bed, man. That's weird.
100% is weird, bro. I'm going to wash my sheets anyway, one way or another.
I wash sheets after I leave anyways.
Yeah. You better. Fucker. I got no mattress back.
Got a little black light, bro.
I already have one. It's hidden away, dude. You've already been here more than once. But yeah,
tariffs. Theo Von show.
When? Oh yeah, you were saying that you were gonna go
end of April. That's like you should message him saying that you're an up and coming podcaster. Man, just one episode, just have Theo Von on here,
bro. That would be hilarious. Holy shit! Hey, you should message him. I'll message him with you. Fuck it, whatever. With some message. Hey, listen, come on our podcast. You're gonna be in the area, dude. We'll provide food and liquor and whatever
transportation.
You want. And drugs if you need them. We got shrooms.
You need some salts? We got
Oh, God. No, we actually have mushrooms, but not like that.
Dude, Crystal bring Dave's hot chicken.
Yeah, dude. Not those kind of mushrooms. Just regular ass mushrooms like...
Mushroom soup?
Champagne mushrooms. Oh. Mushroom soup. I mean,
some shiitake mushrooms?
Shiitake. Shit-talking mushrooms, bro.
We'll have
that's
Dave's hot chicken. Bring him some food, dude. Make him do a Reaper roulette.
Maybe one day we'll be big enough where we can bring out people that are
that'd be awesome.
That are famous. You know, I know somebody that we might be able to get out here that's kind of famous.
Who? Janowski?
No, definitely not. He's out in Poland, bro. He ain't coming back here, dude. No,
Popek when he comes to Chicago. Just a big dude, tatted up with black eyes.
Nah, dude. Somebody that lives in the neighborhood that's part of a national band, dude. Not a national band, but like a band that's known worldwide.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
We live in a rich neighborhood. Don't forget.
You do. Not me.
This is not a rich neighborhood. This is a up and coming neighborhood, all right? So relax. I bought it early. I got lucky.
Twice.
Yes. I mean, whatever.
I mean, you needed a bigger house. You're having a kid.
100%. So that worked out. Just because it worked out when everybody else was supposed to buy it and I was, well, that's not my fucking fault. COVID didn't scare me, so that's what you get. So we'll see. I mean, maybe one day we'll have some interesting people on. I'm for sure we'll have a buddy of mine coming soon who's got a nice car. Maybe 2 of them.
Bring the car cam back.
Yeah, I got my plates.
Right now it's a chick cam.
Yeah, it's a chick cam. I got my plates so we can actually drive the car. I might actually take it out tomorrow.
Chicks gone wild.
Not those kind of chicks.
No, those chicks over there.
Yeah, those like beep, beep, beep. I think I would have
Just
screaming
in time,
chicken.
just in time for Easter.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do photo shoots.
Tournament and peeps.
We're gonna do photo shoots. I think there was already in a plan to have a photo shoot with the chicks. I mean, Easter is in what? 3 weeks?
2.5.
Resurrection.
Next week is Palamovo. Yeah, so in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2.5 weeks.
Palm Sunday's in 2 weeks. Yeah, it's coming. A refreshment.
Christ is coming.
Christ is coming. Then yeah, he's gonna resurrect. He's gonna rise like bread.
And he's gonna be like tariffs.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We're not making fun of Jesus. No, we love Jesus.
No.
Jesus is a good guy.
I'm a big fan.
Big fan. Did you hear about the Shroud of Turin? Did you hear about that recently or no? Do you know what that is?
The shroud that covered up Jesus when he died.
Did you see that they carbon date, or I don't know if they carbon dated it, but whatever, they used whatever tech they used to date it, and it dates back exactly to that time.
I am. Well, I remember
And
like
they don't know.
You can
They
see
don't
his
know
face
what.
in there, right?
Yeah, but they don't know what was used to imprint his face.
Yeah.
Like they said that it's not paint, it's not something, but it's from that age.
Right.
It's like almost like burn marks. Like, isn't that crazy? Now people are gonna say, "Oh, that's fake, dude." I mean, they've been trying to disprove that for a very long time.
Yeah.
And now actual proof came up of it. And then they just found a mosaic somewhere in Israel from like 300 AD, which says that Jesus is king in the mosaic in the ground.
Yeah.
Or Jesus is God or whatever it was. One of the two. So I was like, something. There's something about it.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm a believer.
So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't really need much more
and
proof.
other people believe, and I'm all for believing in whatever you believe in. Just, we've calmed down the violence as far as the Christian society.
Yeah, well,
we don't do
crusades anymore.
Yeah. And unlike some other religions,
Yeah, exactly.
You can believe whatever you want. All the power to you. I think as long as you're not trying to.
But that's all over the world right now.
Yeah,
it's all over the world. Like if anybody knows what's going on in like Bangladesh, bro, that it's people are getting killed like left and right.
Yeah.
Bangladesh. I mean, Christians being prosecuted in Africa from all kinds of different religions.
Or persecuted?
Persecuted, not prosecuted. Or persecuted. Dude, I seen a meme yesterday. It was a board.
Come on, dude.
It was a board.
Spit it out.
This was in Mississippi, dude. It was a board. It was like a house, like on a hill, like a little, like a prairie or whatever. And it said there was a fence and there was a sign that said, "Trespassers will be prostituted." Oh God! When I seen that, I started laughing.
I want to make a joke so bad.
Oh my God, dude! I was laughing when I seen that shit. I was like, "Holy shit!" Maybe some people would want to trespass.
Yeah, you can make an illegal joke out of that.
Oh Jesus! But
it wouldn't be that much of a joke.
Yeah,
fucked up.
But that was funny. But then I started laughing my ass off, dude.
Man, the clips from this episode are gonna be funny as hell.
Oh shit, that was funny. Yeah, what the hell were we talking about before that? Because now I literally lost my train of thought about the freaking prostitutes.
Talk about church.
But church, yeah, dude. Not church. Talk about Jesus. The religion in general, right? Our church currently under our current pope, I'm not a big fan.
Why does it every time I go on like any news, like because you know how when you open a new tab, the news pops up for you. Every time, I swear to God, it says that the pope is coming out of the hospital today. Every day.
Well, he was sick for a while.
I understand, but
he was close to being dead. He was close, and they, I guess and I guess they did a lot of like procedures to make sure that he doesn't die. That they were thinking about pulling like the plug basically on his recovery, whatever. They saved his ass.
They did,
probably not the right way to say it.
I was gonna say they did, or did Jesus?
I don't know. Whoever saved him should have thought twice about it.
That's messed up, dude.
I mean, listen, I don't agree with the Pope is the Pope. I don't agree
that the fact that you're the Pope until you die.
Yeah, I think there should be a limit to that.
Yeah,
right. I mean, if you're cognitively not there,
Yeah.
right, then you should probably not be Pope no more. But I just don't.
Send you with the president.
He's been getting too involved in the politics, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
You're not there to play politics.
That's how it used to be the case, and there's a reason we moved away from it.
Exactly. You are there to lead the faith, not play politics.
Yeah. Yeah. Guidance by faith, through faith.
Exactly. You're not supposed to get involved and say, oh, you should let illegals in here or you shouldn't do this. Bro, just stick to religion, man.
You can say, like,
he said things where it would reference religion, right?
Right. Where it's like, treat others how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Or love thy neighbor. Like, he can say that kind of stuff, but you can't, like, call out a government or, or something like that, Like, you can infer who you're talking to, right?
I mean,
but you can't just like blatantly kind of.
I just don't. I just well, yeah. I just don't. I don't like the way he did. Some of the decisions he's made recently aren't very. I don't know, or religion oriented towards our religion. He also did like some stupid stuff, like brought in like ornaments from like different religions into like almost putting them in like a relic or whatever. See, I don't know how I feel about all that. That's probably not something that you should be really,
Side note, see our people over in the Vatican?
I seen, yeah, the Prezes and everybody else.
Yeah,
the Polish Calendar Association.
They even took part in the masses.
Yeah, I know. Good.
That's
good
sick.
for them.
Yeah.
Was the Pope there? Because what was yesterday? The 20th anniversary of John Paul II.
That's right.
Right.
I never forget because he died on my birthday.
Yeah, he there's 20 years since he died. He's a hero. He's a saint. He's a hero to us, to our people, Polish people for sure. But not only he helped a lot of people in the world.
Yeah,
understand.
I mean, the guy spoke like 20 something languages.
Yeah, he was a smart dude.
Guy got shot
twice.
And then he brought the assassin into his room, into his hospital room, and
he forgave him. Yeah, exactly. That's Christianity.
Not a lot of people can do that.
Yeah, hell no. I know I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not the Pope, so I probably will never be Pope.
That's a given.
I highly doubt I'll ever be Pope.
Yeah.
That's my own religion. But I highly doubt that either. I believe in my faith. I believe in my religion. I just, there's certain aspects of the leadership of our religion currently that I just don't really agree with. Over here saying that we should bring in people who are, who shouldn't be there, yet the Vatican has fucking massive walls to keep everybody out. Like, all right, you should do the same then.
Yeah.
Why don't you want these people behind your walls? I'd be a hypocrite.
Yeah, I can't stand people that are just straight up hypocrites, right? But I mean, it is what it is. That's on the other side of the world. Although it does kind of relate to us because that is our Pope. At the same time,
yeah, I'm not a big, firm, happy person with this current Pope. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
everybody else has their own opinion. Maybe some people say he's great. Cool. I mean, whatever. It's not like I'm gonna go do anything to the Pope anyway, bro. I mean, I could have my opinions, right?
Yeah, you're not gonna go kill him.
I'm in America. Fuck everybody else. I don't give a shit what anybody else says. So I can have my free thoughts.
Having your own views is one thing. Forcing your views on other people's is a different thing.
100%. I'm not forcing the views that that I don't like the Pope. I'm just not a big fan. No. That's all.
I remember the previous Pope confirmed that dogs go to heaven.
Benedict?
Yeah.
You know that he actually stepped away from being Pope? He didn't die.
Yeah.
He just said they just couldn't do it.
There you go.
Like, do you know it's actually a really good movie that I just recently watched? The Conclave. It was about electing a new pope, bro. Oh, yeah? That movie was a twister for sure. Like it.
No, it's a different movie.
Not literally a twister, but plot twist. The ending of the movie shocked me a little bit. I was like, damn, didn't see this coming for sure. But it was good. I liked it. It was it's more of like a drama than anything, but it was a good movie. The Conclave was good. But that's how they pick a pope.
Yeah.
That's how they get together. All the people.
It's not like
don't get me wrong.
Isn't it black? It's black smoke every day until you do white smoke, and that's when a new pope is decided on.
Yeah. Isn't that when he dies too though? Isn't there smoke that comes out when he dies? Yeah, 100% there's smoke.
Yeah.
I think it's white.
And I think they don't bury him right away.
No.
Because they want to see.
They do like a ceremony and everything.
Well, yeah, but they want to see if there's some kind of act of God to confirm them as a pope or a saint. Sorry, not as a pope. I remember you ever watched like John Paul's funeral, I guess.
Do me a favor. I'm gonna bother the shit out of me. What smoke comes out when the pope dies? I'm pretty sure it's white. And then when a new pope is smoked, and then when a new pope is elected, I think it comes out white as well. But if there isn't,
so when a pope dies, black smoke signals that a new pope hasn't been elected, and white smoke indicates the election of a new pope.
So there is no smoke when the pope actually dies.
No.
Interesting. I thought there was.
But anyways, I remember watching John Paul's funeral, and at one point, like it was like windy as hell all day. And I think they were like raising something, right? I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember that it was like right at that moment, just everything, all the wind stopped, and just
I remember
dead silence.
It was weird.
Yeah, dude, that's like, you ever go to Auschwitz?
No, never been there yet.
Oh man, so I went to Auschwitz. It was when I was younger. My godfather took me there, me and Kinga, and I remember like we were in a good mood and stuff. I think we visited a castle before that, or we were going to after or whatever. And we get there and we get out of the car, dead silence, not a speck of wind, the entire time. It's just like an eerie, ominous silence.
I mean,
and when you're walking, because you walk through like some of the gas chambers and like where they're held, and everything like that. But I'm telling you, there's not even a single gust of wind, which is like so weird.
Yeah.
Right? Because even
makes it eerie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like an ominous, eerie silence. Right? Did you ever hear that song, "The Sound of Silence"? That was like,
yeah.
But yeah, that was how many people died there, and everything like that. So it's like, is it haunted? 100%. But
yeah, dude. I mean, World War II was bad, tragic for sure. Technically, maybe could have been avoided, maybe with different decisions. Yeah, that's another topic. Fuck, we're gonna be here for all night talking about this shit. But on the other hand, Bitcoin.
For our closing statement,
the stock market dropped a shit ton, but Bitcoin has kind of been holding on. So maybe there's a glimmer of hope.
So invest in chickens.
But if you should have invested in gold while you had the chance. It's freaking $2,000 now. It's $3,100. Yeah. It's fucking worth a lot of money. I don't know what it's gonna bring next, but yeah, again, tariffs. Relax, people. It's gonna be short-term pain, hopefully for long-term gain
and long-term gain.
And don't make drastic decisions right away.
For all you know, in 3 years you could be at a new job, in a new factory, making twice your current wage. Because of those tariffs.
100%. It's very possible. But don't
knock it till you try it.
Man, I forgot my train of thought I was going to say. Nah, I can't remember. What was I going to say? This is embarrassing, bro. I can't think of what I was going to say. It just literally... So Trump announced tariffs yesterday. The stock market took a shit today. And then, hey, look at all the chickens over there sleeping. He was asleep. But he announced the tariffs, but he also said that we're going to have the largest tax cuts in history. So imagine that tomorrow he comes out, right? Today the market took a shit. Imagine he comes out tomorrow and says, we're going to cut income tax by half.
Yeah.
Imagine what the market will do then. Like the tariffs are going to cover half the income tax?
Yeah.
So we're going to cut your income tax.
Well, he talked about it at a speech, but do you remember when tariffs stopped?
Yeah.
The Great Depression.
Yeah.
Right before the Great Depression. Yeah. We stopped tariffs. What did we start? The income tax.
No, the income tax started in 1914.
Yeah.
Dude, so, see, people will say, like, there's, like, a lot of mixes between, like, people, like, flopping back and forth. Like, they were good, they were bad, they were good, they were bad. They were good to a certain point. I know that in the Great Depression accelerated because of tariffs, added tariffs, but income tax was supposed to be temporary.
It was supposed to be temporary.
Yeah, it was supposed to be temporary.
But income tax started right before the Great Depression.
Well, look it up. I don't know exactly when it was. When did income tax start? But, and this is what Trump says, so I can't say that it's 100% the truth, but in the 1880...
1913.
Yeah, so I was close. 1914 is what I said. First, the Sixth Amendment officially became part of the Constitution, granting Congress as a constitutional authority to levy taxes on corporate and individual income. So when did income tax start? Was it supposed to be temporary? Yeah, it definitely was. Was there ever a 90% tax rate in the U.S.? What the
Less than 1% of Americans had to pay the tax in its earliest days.
Wow, less than 1%. And now everybody pays it. Unless you're not working, then you're not paying shit. But then you're probably pulling from the government, which is also not a good thing. What president started income tax in the United States? 16th Amendment, yada, 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 brief taxes in the United States. Curious to ask ChatGPT, was before 1900s were tariffs good? Were tariffs good before 1900s? How can you type in that? Look, what the?
What do you mean? I work on a computer all day. A major source of government.
Before the 1900s. Before the 1900s, tariffs were generally beneficial for the United States economy, particularly during the 19th century. Here's why. Major source of government revenue. Before the introduction of the federal income tax in 1913 via the 16th Amendment, this is where we got fucked, tariffs were the primary source of federal revenue. The government relied on imports duties to fund infrastructure, military expenses, and general operations. Protection of domestic industry. I'm not even going to read the rest of it.
High tariffs help protect American manufacturers. Wow, that's crazy. What a thought.
No shit. Fucking people.
What a thought.
What else to say? What else we got?
What a complex idea.
I don't know.
Economic growth and industrialization.
Tariffs like the Morrill Tariff, and earlier was under Alexander Hamilton's economic plan, helped shield emerging American industries from British and European competition. Many historians argue that these policies were crucial to the U.S. industrial expansion. No shit.
Wow, what a crazy idea.
National security and economic independence. Policymakers believed that reducing reliance on foreign goods would make the U.S. less dependent on Europe, especially in times of war. Protectionist policies ensured a self-sufficient economy. Wow, what is wrong with that?
Here are the downsides.
Here we go. Let's see. Let's read the downsides. Despite their benefits, tariffs had some drawbacks. Higher prices for consumers. Okay, tariffs raise the cost of goods, making life more expensive for ordinary Americans. Fair. Retaliatory tariffs. Other nations, especially Britain, sometimes responded with tariffs on American exports, hurting the U.S. agriculture.
That's what we're doing now.
So look at that. Sectional tensions. Oh, shit. You know what? I'm not even going to say that.
The tariff of abominations angered the South, which relied on imports, contributing to tensions that led to the Civil War. Okay,
that's okay. Yeah. That's okay.
Overall, tariffs were largely beneficial before 1900, helping build American industry and government revenue. However, by the early 20th century, this role began to shift as the U.S. economy became more complex.
Now, explain that more. What does that mean? Keep rolling. Does it give you anything else or no?
No.
What does that mean that it became more complex? How did the U.S. economy become more complex for tariffs? Dude, ChatGPT is crazy, bro. I would still rather use Grok. Oh, we have a Twitter channel. That people need to follow. Dude, let's go.
Agricultural base to industrial powerhouse. Makes sense. Mass production of assembly lines and electricity led to faster, more efficient production. New industries emerged, diversifying the economy. But we're past that now.
Rise of big businesses and corporations.
Standard Oil, U.S. Steel, General Electric dominated key industries.
That's because they're talking about supply chains. I get that.
Yeah. Trust and monopolies led to government regulations.
I mean, we need that. Expansion of financial system, globalization and trade. I mean, how is this is not really giving us a reason why.
This is why it became more complex.
I mean, okay.
That's what you had me ask.
Yeah, shift from tariff-based revenue to income tax. It's a fucking mistake. Before 1933, government the 16th
you gotta read them so people can hear you.
I'm reading to myself.
Shift from tariff-based revenue to income tax. Before 1913, tariffs were the main source of government revenue. 16th Amendment introduced a federal income tax, reducing a reliance on tariffs. This change allowed the government to manage economic cycles more effectively through the fiscal policy.
Ah, okay.
I hate it.
Okay, all right. So they did it for their own benefit, is what happened. When did the Fed become? When was the Fed introduced?
It tells you right here.
No, it doesn't.
Could have sworn it did. Federal Reserve, 1913.
Oh, holy shit!
What a coincidence!
What a coincidence that the Fed was introduced in 1913 when the income tax was introduced. Wow. What if we got rid of the income tax? What if we got rid of the Federal Reserve?
It's too late now.
No, it's not. It's never too late.
Maybe not, but
never too late. So they basically, from the explanation from that, basically means that
it was a free market. They not being a free market.
They wanted to control the cycles, right? They wanted to have control over ups and downs, right? So they created the reserve and got rid of the tariffs, but instead taxed the citizens. See, that's bullshit. Whoever
what kind of backwards thinking is that?
100%. What the?
Well,
wait a
minute.
To make
our country better,
who died on the Titanic? Who died on the Titanic? Did you ever hear the story of who died on the Titanic?
No.
No. Don't, you can fact check me all you want. I have no idea if this is real or not.
Rose.
Supposedly,
she didn't die.
When
Leonardo DiCaprio.
We gotta find that diamond. Or that pearl. Or the jewel, not the pearl.
The necklace, right?
Whatever. The blue one. Sapphire. When the Titanic sank, supposedly there were 4 major people, like 4 important financial people that were on that ship that were trying to figure out, they were basically trying to stop the Federal Reserve from becoming a real thing, right? From becoming something. What happened to those people? They died on the damn boat when the boat sank.
Crazy.
Now, how... I know you don't want to type anymore, but search it up anyway. Who was against the Federal Reserve and what happened to them? Who opposed the creation of the Federal Reserve? And what happened to them? All right, mister. I can type without looking.
I feel like this is pretty easy skill.
The creation of the Federal Reserve in 1990 was controversial, and several key figures and groups opposed it. Here's a breakdown of the opposition and what happened to them. Who opposed the Federal Reserve? Populist and agrarian interests. William Jennings Bryan, rural farmers. Well, that one makes sense. They feared the Fed would give too much power to big banks and the financial elite at the expense of small farmers and businesses.
True.
Wow.
William Jennings Bryan, a major opponent, later compromised and supported the Federal Reserve Act after it was amended to have some government oversight. Oh. Farmers contributed to struggle. Yeah, still do. Conservative businesses and banking interests.
Big banks, Wall Street. They opposed many large banks, especially the outside New York, feared that the Fed would introduce too much government control over money and credit, which is what has happened to this day.
Yeah, and look at that. Some banks benefited from Fed's stability, while others lost influence. I mean,
J.P. Morgan, he was around back then. Look at that.
What?
The Panic of 1929. Go back up to that.
The Panic of 1929 and the Great Depression exposed flaws in the system, leading to further banking regulations.
Wow. So look at that. If you actually look back in history and kind of read up on it, it gives you clues on what really happened and how it was going down. Some centers of progressive reformers. Let's see. That progressive, what happened after the Fed was created. The Federal Reserve Act passed 1929. The Woodrow Wilson, that bastard. Over time.
Doesn't really tell you any of them died or anything.
I'm trying to figure that out. That's what I'm... See, deeper dive. Would you like a deeper dive?
Who died on the Titanic? I don't think ChatGPT is going to tell you some controversial situation.
I want to see if it does. Of these people, who died on the Titanic? Who died on the Titanic of these people?
None of the major opponents.
Oh, shit. Look, it says none of the major opponents of the Reserve, such as William Jennings. What? None of the major opponents of the Federal Reserve, such as William.
These are all the examples they used above.
Die, or big bank died. However, some notably wealthy financiers and businessmen who were connected to banking industry did die when the Titanic sank on April 15th. These include John Jacob Astor,
one of the richest men in the world at the time.
Okay. Made his fortune in real estate, finance, investment. Died on Titanic. While spreading life, Madeline Astor survived. Benjamin Guggenheim, wealthy business magnate in mining and smelting. reportedly refused lifeboat changes into formal evening wear and went down with the ship. That was the guy on the ship who was fucking standing by the
look at this guy.
co-owner of Macy's department store and former U.S. congressman. He and his wife Ida chose to stay together rather than separate.
The conspiracy theories. Here we go.
Without strong evidence, certain wealthy men who opposed the creation of the Federal Reserve were intentionally left to die on the Titanic. The theory claims that Astor, Guggenheim, and Strauss opposed the formation of the Fed, and their deaths cleared the way for its passage in 1913. However, there is no historical proof that these men were outspoken critics of the Fed or that their deaths were linked to its creation. Most historians view these claims as conspiracy theories rather than factual history. So then who knows how much of that is true, right? Could be a conspiracy theory. Maybe it has something to do with it. But then if you read over what we just wrote, what it was just written, what we just read, a lot of it is like, why?
But we kind of give them pointed questions, right? Leading questions.
What?
We gave ChatGPT leading questions.
Yeah, that's true. So it'll kind of adjust to what you want to hear, right? Yeah. Technically. But
who knows?
Who knows? I mean, listen, the Federal Reserve, like I said, the tariffs are working. They want to have a little bit more control over everything else. Introduce, the Federal Reserve. And here we are. Federal Reserve is still here today, still controlling everything. Literally.
With its roots and everything.
Yeah, it's tied into everything. So interest rates and everything. So, but yeah, that's a good way to close it out. We gotta get rid of the Federal Reserve. Get rid of it.
I was gonna close it out with, we are going to be doing a giveaway to celebrate 100 subscribers. So
I know it's only 100.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram. I'll have it linked below. We might be doing a little a co-giveaway with somebody else that we had previously on the show. I'll provide those details below.
Awesome. Have a good night, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.